Hello, Aries, and welcome to your reading for the weeks of November 5th through 18th, 2024. This is a reading if you're Aries Sun, Aries Moon, Aries Rising, or have another significant Aries placement in your chart. If you're new to this channel, welcome. It's good to have you, and if you're returning, welcome back. Check the description box below for a link to my website and also to my social media if you want to follow me in either place, see what kind of services I offer. I'm going to jump right into your video because, as I've been trying to do in the last month or so, I'm trying to keep these a bit more efficient and not get off into any side tangents. So let's just jump straight into your reading. So Aries, the first thing that I'm seeing here in your first house, okay, we have Five of Pentacles with Ankh, which is interesting. Now, Five of Pentacles suggests feeling isolated or feeling alone or feeling like people are ghosting you, or somehow there's kind of a poverty of feeling here, like you are disconnected in some way, like there's not the richness of being involved. Yet at the same time we have Ankh, which suggests a feeling that you are focused on what's important to you in life. What you love, what really makes you be you and you feel alive. So there might be a disconnect between other people or maybe what you have always identified with in the past. Maybe there's some people who are making you feel isolated or alone as you are attempting to follow your own path. Now, if I go to the second house, this is your house of Taurus. This is your house of money and possessions and things like that. And we've got the High Priestess with Nephthys, which are both very, very similar energies. They're very Piscean. So there seems to be some things around money which are not clear for you right now. High Priestess can indicate certain things that are hidden and have not initially come to light. And Nephthys means pretty much exactly the same thing. There's this idea that there's something, it's almost like monies that you're waiting for that haven't come yet, or there's this idea that there's something about your financial situation that is still not clear to you. So I do feel like there's a bit that you're still trying to figure out. Now, I'm going to jump over to the ninth house, which is not typically what I do, but this is the house of Sagittarius. This is Jupiter energy. This is about expansion. So this can have to do with long distance travel. It can have to do with higher education or educational matters, spirituality. Also, this house typically has to do with, connected with legal matters as well. So we have the Tower here. So something has shaken you up here as you attempt to expand in some way. So whether this means school or education, whether this means long distance travel, whether this means spirituality, or just something that's coming up in terms of something you're trying to do where there's legalities involved. There's Earth here. So I mention this because this seems to be some kind of shakeup with regard to money. So the fact that I'm seeing this over here, I'm just wondering if there's been some kind of shakeup and you're waiting to see how all of this is going to come down for you or how it's going to shake out. The fact that Earth does show up here, though, does seem to suggest to me that stability is coming, like there is a seed that's been planted, but we don't quite see what's going to come of it yet. And with the Tower here, there's a sense here that there is kind of a shakeup here. So I don't know. So I think you are going to eventually land on your feet with whatever's going on here. But I do feel like there's something here. Now, Tower sometimes in this position, it can indicate something that's coming to an. Oftentimes Tower has to do with endings. Things that suddenly and abruptly come to an end that we were not expecting to happen, or just something that comes in that has the energy of what I'm going to call Uranus. Now, Uranus planetarily is not associated with the ninth house, but it is this idea of something that just comes in and causes chaos and just messes up everything that you're doing. So take it as it resonates for you. But I do feel like you are trying to... There's a sense of needing to try to make some time stability, or something where money is owed to you, or where there's financial stability coming after some kind of a shakeup here. So I don't know if that's what is involved here. That's why I jump into it right away. Now let's look at let's look at your career houses and your work houses. So let's start with the house of business, which is the third house. Now, third house is also about messages, communications, how you're communicating with others. And this can have to do with if you're self-employed with your own business and how you're getting on. And you have Horus with the Eight of Wands. So this does seem to be rapid expansion in some ways and recognition and people recognizing you for what you do in a positive way. So I do feel like you are a very charismatic person, and that this indicates there seems to be some very, very swift growth in something. And I don't know if that's part of what's unexpected here. The fact that this is the opposite house to the ninth house. I don't know if this has been bringing about some kind of rapid change that you did not expect. Maybe there's a need to even slow down here a little bit. But overall, this does look like you have a positive message and you're getting a message across, and that people are drawn to you or to what you're doing in some way. If I go to the sixth house of work, which is Virgo energy, this is how you get organized. This is also about health matters, how you take care of your health, take care of your physical health and yourself, even your mental health as well, and things perhaps that you're worried about. Now we have Four of Pentacles with Sphinx, okay? So these are both energies of being stuck, of not moving, of not wanting to move ahead with something. And that's very interesting given this Eight of Wands energy here and this Tower energy. I feel like you are being moved, but something about you does not want to move forward. Like you're kind of like, no, I want to kind of stay the course. I want to be where I am right now, which is really interesting. Now, if I look at your 10th house, which is your house of, it's really the Capricorn house, the 10th house, Saturn energy, we have air with justice. So air, again, fast movement or change. This could even indicate travel for work, or it can indicate a change in job or some kind of a change to your career. I can't help but to feel like with the Eight of Wands, the Tower, and this, that there's some rapid change coming in your career, but perhaps you are not sure you're quite ready to move ahead. And Sphinx almost indicates a withdrawal, kind of wanting to pull back. Maybe that relates back to the first house here, because there seems to be an opportunity for you to really come into your power as to who you are and what you're interested in. But I don't know, there's this Five of Pentacles, like maybe you're not feeling supported, or maybe you're feeling or not seeing the support, or somehow there's something here that's making you feel left out in the cold in some way, which is really interesting. It's like there's a strong juxtaposition between these energies. Now you do have justice here, so again, there's a strong legal component to this, but also a whole strong component of fairness and truth and doing what's right. So I feel like you're about communicating what's true and what's right, but there seems like there's been some kind of a shakeup here. And maybe it's impact on your finances and your job. Like right now, you're kind of like staying put, trying to figure out what this is all going to mean to you. And I do hope this makes sense for you, Aries, but this is kind of what I'm seeing right now. So let's go to your home sector. You have Bast with the Star in your home sector. So Star is like where we are vulnerable, where we have possibilities, and Bast is quite similar. This is where we are, there's an energy here of social energy. So maybe this is where you are opening up a bit. Maybe you are opening up your home to people, or maybe there's something going on with family where you feel like you are supported or understood, or maybe there's some kind of a family gathering. And maybe there's some kind of healing going on here as well with the Star. So there's definitely a sense that you are moving into a space of possibility here. And Bast is always follow your intuition, give as you wish to receive. Maybe also about breaking out of a psychological space that hasn't been very, very good for you. It does seem like home and family seems to be a place for you where you are trying to nurture yourself and move ahead. Now, interestingly, in the 8th house of transformation, you have the Seven of Chalices or Seven of Cups with the Osiris card. So again, I feel like you're focused on, some of this seems to suggest that maybe changes are happening that maybe you think aren't real. Seven of Chalices is like, again, there's that energy, and a lot of this you may have to be maybe around finances as well, but there's something here that doesn't feel real to you. Or you feel like, I have to keep my feet on the ground. I have to stay grounded. I have to focus on stability. And, oh, got a very loud sound out here. I don't know if you hear that. But Seven of Chalices seems to, again, there's a strong Piscean energy that we also see in the second house. And these are both houses of finance, by the way. There's your finances and joint finances. So I don't know if this has to do with a shakeup in a financial arrangement with somebody else. So, but there's a sense here that maybe there's something illusory or pie in the sky when Seven of Chalices shows up. But I don't know that it really is, because Osiris seems to indicate, I don't know, I feel like you are trying to figure out what's real. You want to know what's solid. And that's where your focus is. And that's what you're kind of clinging to. But Seven of Chalices also seems to indicate remaining open to opportunities. And with the Star, the Eight of Wands, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of opportunities here, and you may be clinging to a vision of things that may or may not be where you're at right now. Like, I think there's a real, it's imperative for you to see the truth right now. Let's look at your house of manifestation, which is the 11th house, Aquarius. Yeah, you've got Urias, so it seems to indicate that the path to your success may not be what you think it is. Hierophant seems to indicate that you want to do things by the tried and true and traditional method. There's a strong vibe of this here. And that you might think other things that are happening might be illusory right now. But, you know, and maybe you're somebody who's even respected in your community about something you're doing, and there's some kind of unexpected twist or turn that's gone on here. But it's basically saying that, you know, you need to allow the unexpected to come in. You need to allow the, you know, what's potential, because we are definitely moving into a new space. Astrologically and everything else, this next month is a big shakeup and is moving us into a new place. So while you may be a more traditional-minded person, I mean, Hierophant is strong Taurus energy, and it's strongly about following, you know, what's tried and true. When I see it with Urias, there's a sense that things may not be what they appear right now. So with seeing this with, you know, the Four of Pentacles and the Sphinx here and some of these other things, I feel like there's new possibilities that are opening up for you, and there's certain shakeups coming up in areas that are trying to move you forward, okay? But it seems to me like there's a lot of energy, like I said, like Four of Pentacles, Seven of Chalices, this Nepenthes, where there's something you're not seeing yet. It's like you're not ready to manifest something until you have all the information, and it does seem like there's going to be some twists and turns. So that's interesting. 12th house is Pisces energy, and we have Ta here with the Queen of Chalices. So Ta is, this is an energy of, again, this is strong Capricorn energy. This is hard work. And Queen of Chalices this could specifically have to do with love or with a woman, or for some people's situations, maybe with their mother. I mean, but Queen of Chalices to me is about what's felt, what's perceived. This very much fits in with the Pisces energy, but it seems to be coming in conflict with this Saturnian energy of Ta, which says that no, there's a certain way you have to do things. And that's where I feel like the conflict is between your head and your heart. Like there's a truth that's revealing itself to you. There's a shakeup that's showing you a new way to stability and a new way to lay your foundations or to heal from something. And it's like it's coming into conflict with this attitude, this rather traditional attitude of how you have to do things or how you have to build things. And I feel like you're being called to a certain degree to let go of that. Because like I said, if I look at the middle of your reading, you have Isis, which is a strong feminine energy coming in, one of compassion, one of patience, one of self-care, focusing on yourself, and also just focusing on the heart. But we have it with the Five of Swords, so you are limiting yourself in some way. This could be a jealousy. You could be comparing yourself to somebody else. You could be very competitive, which is definitely an aspect that can exist with Aries. You've got this 5 energy in 2 places. You seem to be struggling right now, Aries, and I think it's just that big changes coming in and certain truths are being revealed to you, and you're kind of like, you're like pulling back. It's like you want to keep doing things the same way. And this is telling you not to do that. So let's look at your love and relationship houses. And again, it doesn't always have to be about love. This can also be a house of creativity. But we have the Two of Chalices with the Anubis. Now, Two of Chalices does seem to indicate a love affair, but you have it with the Anubis. So there's a sense of, again, you're not sure what's real and what's not, although this is saying that you can believe what you're seeing in a particular situation. And this is also about you maintaining boundaries. So it does seem like there's an opportunity for love and for growth. And this is funny because I feel like I've seen this in your readings for months now. But it's like you're almost still holding back and saying, I have to keep this boundary. And it's almost like you're doubting what's real. But Anubis is telling you you're seeing something that's real here. And yeah, I mean, 7th house, you've got Seth. There's a block here. You're blocking. There's this relationship, but you're blocking it. And there seems to be something karmic about this block with Thoth. Thoth indicates that there could be something about timing, like maybe something is going to come into place at the right time. But the fact that I see it with the 9 of Swords here, you are worried about something that it's like you're not letting love into your life because you're so afraid of something that you think is an illusion. You think, no, this isn't real. That may be what we're seeing here too. Like there's a sense here that you're really trying to hang on to the way things are, even though the universe is really trying to move you ahead and really trying to put you into a space of the heart, but you are really limiting yourself here. And basically, if I'm going to make some, direct advice to a fire sign that tends to be very action-oriented and direct, stop doing that, Aries. There's something going on here. There's some kind of love here that you can believe in, but you're still afraid that somehow it's not the right thing. And I think there's something karmic about it with Thoth. There's been some past situation that's coloring the way things are in the present. And the universe is pushing you in the direction of change. So let's see what the Moonology deck has for you as a kind of follow-up here. So let's see. Here we go. The answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. So I'm actually going to read to you what that card means. Now let's see if I can read it without glasses. Okay. This card is a reminder that it's important to speak your truth. Okay, there's your truth. But remember that your words have consequences and impact your listener. Right now, you need to guard against indiscretion. The answers you need may well come soon. The issue you're facing may well be one or a few conversations away from being resolved. If you're inquiring about a love situation, a little flirting may be called for. If you're in the middle of an argument, the card comes to you as a reminder that of the very old non-Gemini message, least said, soonest mended. So sometimes there's a case where maybe you don't want to communicate. It's good to talk, but be careful you aren't causing yourself any issues with your words. Words have enormous power. As metaphysician Florence, I think it's Scovel, put it, the word is your wand. Yeah, this is hard to read right now, sorry. You create magic and your own reality every time you express yourself. Okay, sorry that was a slow read. But, yeah, so there seems to be the need to communicate here. I feel like there's something here where you are not communicating and trying to keep things the same way. And thus, you're not really facing the truth. You're staying in this space where you're saying, well, what if it's not true? What if I'm wrong? What if I'm not seeing something a certain way? And this does seem to be leaving you isolated, even at a time when maybe not only are you moving towards what it is you really want, but maybe where you're feeling that, you want to open up and be vulnerable and open your heart and so forth. But there's something here that's making you feel like in poverty in that way. So yeah, so this seems to be saying that the way out is through communication. You're limiting yourself right now by thinking somehow that that can't be, or that maybe you're not seeing things the true way. So anyway, I do hope that helps for you, Aries. If you did like this reading, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified about future videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.